Abiola Akiyode-Afolabi, who's a senior lecturer in humanitarian law at the University of Lagos. Welcome to you. Niger is said to be one of the poorest countries in the world. I'm interested, how is the impact of cutting off financial aid, which is what we're told is happening, of cutting off electricity supplies, how is that affecting the average person in the country?
The important thing and my concern is also the fragility of the region and the fact that what has happened in Niger is bringing back the culture, of Coup, especially if you look at what has happened in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Guinea, in Sudan, in the last period of time, and the implication of that for the development and growth, of the region. Given the fact that the GDP is very poor and there's poor economic condition, there's threats in the Sahel, and there's conflict. Women and children are dying. There's a lot of migration issue and all of that. So it's really a concern for the already humanitarian crisis that we have, in the region. And so it's important that we deal with this, as a matter of urgency.
What is your feeling on the effect that Western nations have? Because we hear that there are protests on the streets of Niger, people complaining about foreign interference, but countries like France, they do provide financial assistance. Do you see them as a positive influence or a negative one?
Well, I believe it's a positive influence. There's sanctions that are coming, but I am also very concerned about the implication of that on the ordinary citizen, especially for a country that is as poor as Niger, and the fact that there's drought already, there's climate change crisis in Niger, and that the people are actually in poverty. So I believe that there's a need for us to increase more consultation, to ensure that there's an end to the coup. Recently, the Nigeria representative had also been there to continue with the consultation, but I think I am really concerned about one, the human right of the people, especially when you are in a military order. That's never guaranteed. The humanitarian need of the people and all of that. And I think while we're in sanction, we should remember, the rights of the ordinary people.
The interesting thing is the things that you say you're concerned about, that's what the coup leaders were saying. They cited deteriorating security situation, poor economic governance from the president they deposed. They said that's why they did what they did. Do you think things will improve, though, with a change of leader in Niger?
Well, it's important that we insist that at this point in time, we cannot encourage military rule. We cannot encourage military coup. It's not going to do us any good. It's not going to address development because we know the character of military. It's never for the people. So it's important that we insist that there is truth, transfer, of power back to civilian regime. The military cannot guarantee the kind of development that the people of Niger need. They cannot guarantee the kind of democratic spaces of practices that we would expect in West African country. And that's why it's important for the ECOWAS to do the needful to ensure that there is transition back to civilian rule. The military cannot solve the problem in Niger.
Really appreciate your time and expertise. Thank you to my guest. That's Abiola Akiyode-Afolabi, who's a senior lecturer at the University of Lagos. And just to bring you some news that's just come in,